Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Halls of Torment. We're going to be heading out again for another adventure with the cleric. This time we're going to be heading in to the fourth area, the ice biome. We took that hardening targe off and we're trying out the new fallen star, so this has a good potential to actually injure us as well, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. But with that said, let's head on out to the level. We'll see how we feel about it. If it ends up too spicy, we'll rejigger and head in and do it differently. Gotta watch out for those. Oh, they are hurting us. That is a problem. Guess there is a tell before it happens for a very brief second. But yeah, we're gonna try to follow the pathway. Might as well get that sorted early. Take off a couple options we're not gonna need. Yeah, moving faster is gonna be the key to staying alive here. We definitely need to be a little faster than this. There's only so much we can do. Until they show up in our pool. It's okay. We'll end up fast enough. I'll just take us a bit to get there. Ah, the stupid bears. We'll be okay. I believe it. Oh, baby, boss time. He's not actually doing much on his own. Oh, that worked, even though we took a little damage. Yeah, let's do what we can. There's a boss that's doing that. Oh, it's one of these guys. Okay. I forgot this level has worms. This level might be a problem. Maybe it was a bad one to take that fallen star on. But you know, if it kills us, we'll do it different. This means we'll have to take it a little bit more seriously. We do have several revives, not just one, so we don't need to get too worried about it. And the biggest point of where we took damage was getting that boss sorted, so at least we took care of that already. At least I don't think that the Icicles falling actually increase in strength for the whole match. I think they just stay a steady damaging problem. So at least I don't think they're gonna get any worse. For what it helps us with, you know. Yeah, the beginning of each match is always the hardest part anyway. Since we're not already overwhelmed, I'd say we're kind of winning against it a bit. I mean, we are getting faster, and that's the biggest reason we took damage early on, was we just got stuck in the enemy. Because they get faster the more Torment charge you put in. Like, the enemies do speed up. And bears are actually pretty fast in this as well, so it makes it pretty difficult to get away from them. So I've been considering it, and I might save one of my second doubles for that extra regen that we'll get. So that's my current logic. So I'm gonna make sure I take that before the archer stuff. So that's what I learned, is if you do the archer one first, you actually miss out on your own. Which doesn't make sense, because it didn't seem to work the other way around. I did also notice that we didn't switch our boots away, so that's another reason why we're having a little trouble. So we might find better boots along, so I'll keep that an eye out for them. Even if we don't, this is technically helping the other goal. Just isn't going to help us with a winning. I guess at least that's damaging the enemies too, so there's that, but I doubt it's hurting them significantly though. That's hardly any real solace. At least we are lighting a lot of bears on fire. That's always a good goal to have. And at least they can't technically attack us from every direction at once, so at least we can pick our choices a little better than on some of the more open maps. But it also limits our movement, so it's a bit of one and half of the other, you know? But we do better when we focus anyway. So I left the starting tome there so I could find my way back to this area, because we don't have well indicators in the that will at least give us the general ballpark if I do get lost. I mean, same thing with the magnet, to be honest, but this treasure is gonna pull us out. Okay. Like, that treasure chest is always guaranteed to give us something we don't have. I mean, I guess at least it's done a couple 100,000. Man, this level's not a good one for lighting things on fire. But I think we've won the regeneration race, so I think we're going to be in a lot less trouble. We actually gain regeneration with every level up. I guess I never mentioned that specifically, but the game tells you that when you choose a character. It tells you what their level up bonuses are, so even though I'm choosing options that give me regen, this character also just gains it. at the highest rate of any character. So not only is the damage quite crazy, the regen also gives it a lot of survivability. Who's shooting things that far? Oh, it's you. Don't really want any of those. Well, that's different. You know, this might give us damage. Where does that go? On there? I think that's actually exactly what we wanted. Get on my body. That might actually do damage. Yeah, it's actually adding us damage this time. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see the counter going up. That's gonna actually help quite a bit with it. Alright. See, now we got the stances. So we are gonna want to take off the ones we don't want. We're gonna save this one. I mean, heck, if this thing actually does a significant amount of damage, it's already outpaced those boots even though we just put it on, so it's absolutely better than the boots, so yeah. We'll keep that in mind. We'll save it if nothing else pops up worth having. Let's put it that way. But at the end of the day, that's just for an achievement that we're already working towards in other ways, so. There's no need to particularly rush it. Because I could totally just do a run where I focus entirely on item damage and don't attack at all, and we would get it. If it comes down to it, we'd get it. So I tried to add in things that wouldn't severely hamper our runs, just moderately slow them down. Just to chip away at it. Different strategies, you know? Just gotta wait for it to show the options that I do want. Who's doing that? It's you. Oh, we got another well return. Well. That's quite nice, actually. Means I don't have to choose as much. I'd have to get multiple things I also don't want to return. Why are you so tanky all of a sudden? I mean, it will eventually show us the other things that we want. We just have a lot of choices on the table, I guess. It's okay. There's no rush to get it. I'm just gonna make sure that we do get it this time. It will eventually give us what we want. Oh, did we cancel it by taking the other ones off the thing? Oh, it's not going to show up then. Oh, so we gotta not cancel things. I understand now. We did it to ourselves, guys. Okay. Now I get it. We'll be careful next time. Like, I don't know what actually took it off. Well, since I'm not actually sure, let's take that. At least we got one of the bonuses. We'll find something useful to double. I'm actually feeling pretty good about how strong we are, though. Like, without the Targe, this is a lot simpler. We've gotten several million of points with that, so at least that's doing a considerable more than the flame boots were. Even though we're taking a little bit more overall damage. So I'm gonna at least double all of this. I'll at least use our doubles to something that helps us, you know? It didn't work out exactly how I wanted. Doesn't seem like much is doing it these days, but you know, we're winning. One way or another. I'll figure out what went wrong as we go along. So if I was to guess, I'd say that those blocks on those proficiencies and stuff actually caused a problem, so we won't do that. So we need to not cancel anything that's cleric. Because it's not obvious, but it looks like it messes with that part down the line. Even though it made the level up choices simpler, I guess that was a double-edged sword. So the more laborious way I was doing it before actually worked out better for us. But we're finding a new strategy, it'll work. Yeah, I don't feel any real impetus to go hunting down magnets, because like, all we really need is the one at the end, and we're getting most of our EXP anyway. Nope, here come the giants. This has already gotten us like 6 million towards the goal. At least it's progressing. Oh, hello, friend. You're gold, okay. And hello, other friend. You're also a little bit of gold. Don't get caught in geometry. Like, that's the one thing, is the shadow stuff makes the walls kind of blend in with themselves, even with the opacity turned down or turned up. Yeah, I think it's turned up. I was trying to remember which way opacity worked verbally. I think it's how invisible, intangible it is. Or maybe opacity is how visible. Oh well, I'll look it up later. My ledge is the kind of like thing that I think about randomly. Nope, I'll take a little bit more monies. You can kind of move out of this room because it has too many scrolls in it. Like, there's no particular room we have to fight in. We're just kind of chilling, kind of close enough to the magnet to go make a beeline for it when we want it. And if we kind of move around too much, we'll have to deal with these pillars. They do respawn if you travel. In this level, I had some really bad deaths related to them. Mostly because I wasn't ever immediately clear that that's how they worked. To me at the time. I guess there's a universe where we get the damage bonus here, but I think without abilities it's not especially likely. But particularly not because we took the wrong choices, I guess. But abilities make a big difference because they add extra stacks of fragile with the setup I was using on the normal. And that massively increases your multiplier for damage. We are starting to run out of choices, so as you can see, like, not taking those things out of the pool is just kind of like mandatory to not run out of things to level up at this stage. So that served us well before. We now have enough extra EXP from the extra enemies that we benefit from letting the levels be full of those power bonuses that we otherwise would skip out to have a little bit faster early game choice-wise. Though for the large part, most of them don't really do much for us, but at least they're not nothing. And that's what 100 goals is for us. Or no, it's not even 100, it's 50. So. Oh, hello friend. What do we got going on here? None of that looks interesting to me. None of it matters, but I mean, at least it's something else to send back to get it out of the pool. Although I haven't really decided which things I'm going to send back. Depends on if we get anything else good. Like, we could still get another good item. Like, any mini boss can drop a treasure chest. Any of those champions. But they kind of cycle through a bunch of random things they give you. Largely it's gold. Or a scroll. Scrolls do nothing for us, though. Gold almost does nothing now. Yeah, we never found another good thing to use the last double on. I know where I should have used it, I just didn't do it at the time. It's okay. I think we're gonna win anyway. At least I hope so. I guess it depends on how boxed in we get as time goes on. Yeah, see, early on, those falling things were actually a problem, but at this stage, they're actually not so bad. Like, as long as we keep moving in a circle, they're largely only landing where we were a while ago. We usually walk past their falling range. Oh, well, that's a bit of a problem. Like, we are starting to get a little boxed in, but you know. We'll deal with it. Some waves are certainly worse. The bigger problem is that we are starting to have these ranged attacks from the worms, so don't have as much choice in standing still in one area. Okay, they gotta get away from that a bit. We do still regenerate a fair bit, so as long as we kind of keep away, we're usually okay. Yeah, as long as we don't get boxed in, the range attacks largely will not get to us in time to be a problem. And not every wave has these worms in them, so... We actually do have a lot of clearing damage, so we can actually clear which way we want to go pretty easily. For the most part. At least enough to cut ourselves some breathing room if we need to. But some of these bigger enemies are actually fairly tanky, so it takes a second. On this floor at least. But our setup is not set up to do max damage, so we are definitely not going to be setting a record for this stage. Still looks like we'll do about a 250 to 300, but that's only about half of what we need. Yeah, they gave us a little trouble the first one we faced because we weren't mobile enough. But this one was no problem at all. So we're gonna save a spot for this one. At least block could be useful for something. One item out of the pool, at least. Well, we are streaming towards the end of the adventure. And who is doing that? Is it you? Are you the problem? Yeah, that was one of the last bosses. Those boots aren't even better than what we're currently wearing. That's the problem with them. Because we're literally never gonna stand still, because standing still in this game usually means death. The only reason to get them would be to get them out of the table, and I already have something better to send up. I guess it's better than the revive ring, because I'm definitely not sacrificing our damage for one more revive. Our rings basically have critical damage on lockdown, so I never have to worry about it. They're like the force multiplier in this scenario. Hello, bear. I guess we could still find another well token. That would at least be welcome, but they're so rare. Hello, friends. They're trying to block me in quite a bit, but you know, I'm not really succeeding so far. It's really when the worms come into play that's a problem, though. Then I have to skedaddle. I'd actually rather go in circles like this. That way at least I get all the experience when I get around. Yeah, that actually gave us like 40 million towards it, so that was quite effective just to put that one item on. I guess it could technically carry us all the way. There's still like 3.5 minutes left, but I think it's gonna come up a little shy. And we'll start having like more like just for fun runs once I get most of these challenges done. Like we're most of the way there. We have almost everything sorted. But these ones where I have to gimp myself just to get by, I definitely need a character that can deal with it. And this just happens to be the one that does the best with no abilities that I've seen. I mean, we don't have any abilities, and we're fighting pretty evenly with 6 Torment shards going. Torment choices. Artifacts? Whatever you want to say. Two minutes to go. Hello, bears. Yeah, if I wear that for one more run, we definitely will just get it without having to worry about it. And technically, getting rid of my other choices for my shirt wouldn't really lower our damage nearly as much as the boots were doing. Oh yeah, these guys are all the tanky boys. Oh, and you got the worms in here? Yeah, that's a nasty little ending. We're moseying up. We're gonna mosey slowly towards... I don't wanna pop it too much earlier. Yeah, see, we got to 95. Oh, hello, friend. So it can give you two of the same boss, huh? Alright. We definitely fought one of them. Well, get this in there. Scales of pain, huh? So what's interesting is the Scales of Pain actually wants us to use a particular character, I think. So maybe we will take a divergence if that's the case. Here, we got 2 more achievements done. Almost all of our achievements left are for gold, but you know, still, progress is progress. What does that one involve? Oh, it just makes us take double damage. Well, and the enemies do take more damage too. You know what? I'm fine with that, because we largely aren't dying from being hit, believe it or not. That might be fine anyway. It does definitely make things more dangerous, though. Let's see which character needed to do that. I'm gonna guess it's actually the shield bearer. Yes. Yep, it's this. So they actually need to do something very specific, which is they need those two. So we are going to actually reduce some of the other stuff going on then. And it might be a bit of a crazy thing to do both of these at the same time, but I don't remember the Mountain Idol actually being dangerous to us, if that makes sense. So at least we have the run planned out. So we are going to want to use the Shield Maiden.
How can I help?
We're going to equip ourselves up and get ready for this. Hmm. Well, we're gonna be taking extra damage, so we're gonna actually want to boost our regen in this too. So instead of just taking... So we have 7 things to grab, so that would be 13 apiece. I mean, it's not the biggest boost, but at least it's a boost. Oh, we do have a couple extra. Okay, so maybe it was one off by 1. That's fine. Alright, that's fair.
Take care.
Let's make sure everything's maxed out. Yep. Yeah, see, our gold is just so out of control. Yeah, we haven't done this character in so long, and we're still using mostly basic nonsense. So we are going to take cleric traits. We can take abilities, so we're going to be on ability land again, that's for sure. And we're definitely not going to specifically try for this, but if there's nothing better for me to take for that, I think I'll still just not take it, because we can just use the other one on another run, it'll be fine. But this was the best boots. Because that'll equal being much more than the other ones would have been. That'll help our survivability. This is better because it's just more damage. Yeah, we got the best choices, I believe, for what we have going on. Alright, let's make sure we grab the right something useful. Like, we're gonna track this so that we know when we've gotten there. But yeah, I'm gonna take a few moments, and then we will go ahead and try that. Y'all take care, and I'll see ya in a moment. Bye-bye.